Good morning, everyone. Today, we are going to discuss or we are going to revise the topics which are being done in the class already. As we all know that we are having our papers from tomorrow. The papers which we are having are PT4. Fine. So, first of all, today I am just going to discuss about the question paper which is to be followed for English. Now, we are having, see, as you can see that it is given pattern of question paper. Okay, so what we are having four sections here. The question paper contains 40 marks in which four sections are there. First one is reading section, second is writing section, third is grammar section, and last one is literature section. As from the name, you can just make it out that what sections we are having. I'll discuss each of the sections one by one. For example, first of all, we are having reading section. In reading section, what we do? In reading section, there are many of the things which we do. Fine. Like first of all, unseen passages, then the extracts from the poem. In unseen passages, see, there are millions and trillions of unseen passages available on net. So I cannot help you with all the passages. What we can do, we can just go to the Google or we can just go to the books and we can do the practice of unseen passages. Then coming on to the extracts from the poem. Extracts from the poem include in this, like we will be having two things. Okay, see, let me give you the description of this. In reading section, we have two things: unseen passages, as I told you, plus unseen extracts from the poem. The poems which I have taught you in the class. For example, The Garden Snake and The Meadow Surprises. Only from those two poems, the question answers will come, and that too on the extract wise. Extract wise means I'll give you some of the one or two passages, and after that, some of the questions will be following. I'll just give you one example, don't worry. Okay, so in this, the extracts can be from any of the poem, both of the poems. Now, coming on writing section. In writing section, it is written that we are having essay, notices, synonyms and antonyms. But this time, in your class, I would be just including notices plus synonyms. As you already know that we have done notices, so one more notice I will tell you today in the class. Okay, now synonyms. Synonyms are those words which are of the same meaning. Okay, you must all be knowing that synonyms. For example, like the other name of thick is fat. Okay, bulky. This is a synonym of thick or fat. Now, coming on to grammar section. In grammar section, we will have many of the things, but today I will just include two or three topics only. Let us come on literature section. In literature section, what we are having in literature, first of all, we will be doing question answers plus the word meanings plus true or false. But what I have given you this time is only question answers because I was not having that much marks in which I can include all the things. So today in today's class, what we will do, we will just do 5 or 6 question answers today in the class itself. Fine. So let us start with first of all the reading section. Unseen passages I cannot help you out with. Today we will do start with the literature portion first of all. In literature, I'll just revise some of the questions around 7 or 8. Then after that we will do grammar portion. Then we will do one or two notices, and then at last what we will do, the extract wise question answer of the poem. Fine. Okay, so let us start with the literature portions question answers part. So we are starting with the question answers. You can see here we are having some of the question answers around 6 or 7. Fine. So we'll just revise it once. First question says, what are the games or human activities which use trees or in which trees also participate? See, I am revising the question answers, but what I want is, I want you to make yourself bright and write the answers by yourself. Do not worry about the grammatical errors. I'll just not cut any of the marks for this time, but I want you to not to mug up rather than you have to learn, you have to make the answers by your own. Okay, so in this question what is asked, what are the games or human activities which use trees or in which trees are also participating? What should be the activities? You can use your brain in this. Like with trees, what we can do? We can play swing on the branches of the tree. We can play hide and seek, or we can do campfire. We can see how a tree help us. A tree can help us in many ways. It gives us shelter, it gives us shade. Okay. So here what it is written, the games or human activities which use trees are housemaking, playing hide and seek, cool sheds in summer, fire camp parties in winter, fruits, and many more things. As I told you earlier, the trees help us in many of the ways. Right. Now coming on to question number 2. Fans do not talk, but it is possible to imagine that they do. What is it then sounds like a fan's chatter? The poet imagined that the sound coming from the fan is chatter. Actually, there was a sound due to friction between the parts of the motor. They needed oiling. See, whenever there is a sound in the tree, on the tree, in fact, whenever we see any sound coming from the tree, what we see? We see that we think that that something is talking in the fan, but no, it is because of the friction. It is because of the reverse push or reverse force. It is known as friction. ठीक है? The opposite acting force is called as friction. Like जब कुछ घिसनी आती है ना, चींची की आवाज़ जो आती है, that we call as a friction force in the fan. So what it needed as a oiling only. Now next question. Complete the following sentences. The chatter is electrical because the noise is being produced by electrical motor of the fan. It is mysterious why the sound produced by the fan seems to say something, but the poet is unable to understand it. Why it is mysterious? Because the sound which is produced by the fan, it wants to say something, but it is unable to. Why? That's why the poet thinks that the sound is quite mysterious. Okay. Now, next question. Now we are coming on the question answer part. This was about the fan. It is a poem, the talking fan. Now we are coming on the question answers part of the literature part, like of the prose section. What is strange about Mr. Nath's Sunday? So the question is asking what was happening on the Sunday of Mr. Nath's. So the answer would be, the strange thing about Mr. Nath's Sunday is that there was a particular visitor who used to visit every Sundays, and both of them used to have lunch together. Okay, so that's why the Sunday was of a different type. On every Sunday, Mr. Nath had a visitor, and they both have to lunch together. They both go to lunch together. Why did Nishad and Maya get a holiday? Nishad and Maya get a holiday because of the bad weather. It was raining heavily and the streets of the city were flooded with the downpour. What is the meaning of downpour now? Downpour means rain. Fine. And flooded means baad. Okay. So that's why they were having holidays. They got a holiday from the school side because it was flooding. Now, let's come on the question, long question. Why does Maya think that Mr. Nath is a crook? What is a crook? Crook means a person who is not very good. Fine. Okay. Who does she say the visitor Sunday is? Maya thinks that, now we come on the answer. Maya thinks that Mr. Nath is a crook because of his strange appearance and the fact that he did not work. He never used to work, Mr. Nath. Fine. He never talked to anyone at Shankar house, though he had living there for more than a year. He never used to talk to anyone. He had scars on his face. Scars means a mark on his face, which according to Maya must have been the burn scars which would have got when police had set house on fire. Okay, what she used to think? She was thinking that maybe that person is having the scar because of the fire. Okay. Moreover, he did not receive any letters and had only one visitor to visit him. He never received any letter and he was just having a one visitor, single visitor. She said that the Sunday visitor must be his accomplice in crime and he came every Sunday to give a part of loot to his partner. What she is saying, Maya was saying that maybe that person, the visitor who comes to him, sorry, who comes to him is a criminal also and he comes every day just to give the part of his loot to him. Okay, now the next question. Does Nishad agree with Maya about Mr. Nath? How does he feel about him? No, Nishad did not agree with Maya about Mr. Nath. He said that Mr. Nath cannot be a bad man because he gave Ramesh such a generous tips. Ramesh was a servant who used to bring food for Mr. Nath. Okay, he was a servant of them. Now, because he was giving a lot of tips to him, that's why he thought that he could not be a bad man. He thinks that he was so thin and looked poor and starving. He used to think that he is very poor, but he was not, right? Now, next question is, now we will just do 2 or 3 questions more. Okay. What trees does Mr. Wonka mention? Which tree does he say lives the longest? Now let's see the question from Mr. Wonka. Fine. So first question, now the answer is the trees that Mr. Wonka mentioned are Douglas fir, the oak, the cedar and the British pine. He says that British pine lives the longest. How long does this tree live? When we can find it, this tree lives for over 4,000 years. It can be found upon the slopes of Wheeler Peak in Nevada, USA. Nevada, USA. Fine. Now one last question we will discuss. Why does Mr. Wonka collect items from the oldest things? Do you think this is the right way to begin his invention? Now the answer, Mr. Wonka collected items from the oldest living things because he wanted to create age. Okay, he wanted to invent something that would make people older. Fine. Did you get it? Why did he make that thing? Because he wanted to make the people older. Make people older. It was probably the right way he began his invention, as he wanted to make people older. Therefore, the use of old things seems appropriate. So these are the answers which we have just revised. There are many of the questions, but I cannot revise the whole question answers. So these are the only questions which I have revised. Okay, now we will jump on to the grammar section, or first of all we will do the writing section. The writing section will include some of the synonyms plus notice writing. I'll just show you one notice which is being done, and after that you can just revise the other notices. This is just for practice. Like I have made you write this one notice. Okay, so now coming on up to the writing section. The question says that you have lost your report card and you have to write a notice urging the students or the teachers who has found the report card to give it back to you. So this copy, in this one main heading is missing, notice. It should be in bold, NOTICE. After that, SPJ Public School, Chandigarh, 10th May. Now the title, help, my report card is missing. You have to include title. The notice comes of 5 marks. Okay, so you have to include title, you have to include the topic, you have to include the name for what you are writing, then you have to include notice, NOTICE. I could not, now the main body format, I think you all must be knowing the format about the notices, as I told you in the class. Fine. Okay, now come on the main body part. I could not find my report card in my bag when I got home yesterday. The word limit of notice should be more than 50 words. Okay, but all the things you should include here. When I got home yesterday, I must have dropped it somewhere in the school through the open pit of my sorry to the open zip of my school bag. What he is doing, he is saying that he's not finding his report card. He must have left it somewhere or he must have dropped it somewhere. Okay, when is the zip of the bag was open. Now the report card was placed inside a light blue plastic folder with my name written on it. If anybody finds it, please deposit it in the office and let me know. You can just, what do you do? You can just write this, see, rated Akshara Saluja, class 7th B. What you can do? You can just write it on the extreme left. Means left पे आप यहाँ पे कर सकते हैं. ठीक है? Okay, so this is the example of one notice which I have told you. Now other thing, what we will do is the synonyms. Synonyms. What are synonyms? Synonyms are the, as I told you before also, the words which contain the same meanings are known as synonyms. So today what we have covered, reading section in which ancient passages are there, then extracts from the poem is there. After that what we did the literature question answers. Then we did notice writing, and now we will do the grammar portion. Okay, now grammar portion. What grammar portion? Okay, so now let us start with the grammar portion. In grammar portion, first of all, we would be doing prepositions. I just want to know what prepositions are. See, I'll just give you one sentence. Just tell me whether this sentence is correct or wrong. He is sitting dash a table. He is sitting dash a table. This sentence is not correct, right? Because nothing is clear in this. What table hai thodi? He is sitting on the table, right? Or at the table. So, what we have a definition of prepositions? Preposition is a word that joins pronouns or phrases to other words in a sentence. Okay, in preposition we are having one object. The noun or pronoun that is used with preposition is called an object. Now, the noun that the preposition comes before is called as object of preposition. Now what happened? We are having certain of the types of prepositions. First one is simple preposition, then compound preposition and complex preposition. What is simple preposition? The prepositions which are of a single word. For example, at, in, on, by, from, about, under, etc. are the simple prepositions. Then coming on to compound prepositions, those prepositions that are combined or that are joined with a combination of two or more words. For example, they are called as compound prepositions. For example, into, across, outside, inside, beneath, etc. For example, he is behind the door. Right. Now coming on to complex or phrase prepositions. When two or more words or a group of words are joined to make a single preposition, it is known as a complex or a phrase preposition. For example, apart from, because of, due to, etc. Fine. Now what we will do? We will go on to the interjections part. What are interjections now? As I told you earlier, that those words which expresses our feelings are known as interjections. For example, wow, hooray, like this is showing us joy, no? That's why it is the interjections. Now let us come on the definition of interjection. An interjection is a word that expresses sudden feeling or emotion. Words such as hello, hurrah, are called as interjections. Okay, now let us do some of the, now you can see here we are having some exercises. Some exercises are given below. For example, hurrah, we won. hush, silence in the class. Now you can go to the exercises. Okay. Now coming on to the last part of this is the grammar portion which we were doing, and we are having some of the common questions also. For example, he dash a fat man, like he is a fat man, right? So these are the words, subject verb agreement, like the words which we have to use. Fine, these questions will also come. Now coming on to the reading section, the extracts. As I told you, we will be having extracts from the poem. One extract with questions, I have given it here. For example, question says that read the extract below and answer the following question that follows. Meadows have surprises. You can find them if you look. Walk softly through the velvet grass and listen by the brook. You may see a butterfly rest upon a buttercup and unfold its drinking straws to sip the nectar up. These are the lines which are given in the poem. So, what you have to do? You have to just go through the lines. Fine. Go through the lines once again. What it says? Meadows have surprises. Like meadows, the grasslands, they have surprises. You can find if you look. When you look at the grasslands, you will find many of the surprises there. Fine. Walk softly through the velvet grass. Why the grass is termed as velvet? The grass is termed as velvet because it is that soft. If you walk barefooted, like अगर आप नंगे पैर घास पे चलेंगे, तो you will come to know that it is like a velvet. It is very soft like a velvet. And listen by the brook. Brook is what is brook? Brook is a small river or a stream flowing in the grassland, flowing near the grassland. You may see a butterfly rest upon a buttercup. Now what you can see? You can see a butterfly is resting on the flower and it is just sucking its nectar from the flower. Okay. Now the questions which are followed are as follows. What does the poet call butterfly cup as? What does he call? You know what he calls butterfly. Just go to the answer in your mind. What must have been called a drinking straws by the poet? Plastic pipes, twigs of the trees, proboscis of insects, the straw that the poet carry with himself. You can write it down. It's a very easy question. Then, which word is in the poem is synonym of suck or drink with mouthfuls? Sip, unfold, suck or brook. What is the answer? You all should know this thing. I have told you in the class. Which is the word in the extract that means a liquid sweet juice? Velvet, meadow, brook or nectar? What should be the juice? Then last question. Write the name of the poem and the poet. So now it is asking for the name of the poem and the poet. So today what we covered? We covered 4 parts. Literature portion, grammar portion, writing portion and reading portion. Fine. I hope that this class will give a fruitful result to you. Go through the questions which we have discussed genuinely, learn these questions and do well in your examinations. All the best for your examination. Thank you.